Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Nancy Stanley, physical therapist, life coach, and health coach. And tonight I'm here to share some really important information with you. And I'm always excited when I get to share with you because just like last night, I had several people comment and said, I didn't know that. I didn't know that, what was the thing I shared? Oh, that increased insulin resistance causes you to have skin tags on your neck, on your armpits, on your back. You're going to learn something tonight. I promise you that there's something new that I'm going to share with you tonight. And tonight I'm going to talk about the 7 things that you can do now to get healthy. And I apologize. Well, let me see. Maybe I can flip it down here. Nope, it will not let me. I do not know how to flip it. Oh well. I've always been able to, but for some reason, I'm not able to flip the words. So I apologize. That's just how it is. Okay. So let's talk about that. So why would you want to get healthy? Well, let me just tell you, there's a lot of reasons. One, you want to feel better. You want to enjoy your children and your grandchildren. You want to stay in the game. You don't want to sit on the sidelines. I mean, at 65 years old, I'm in the game. When my grandchildren come or when I go to their house, I'm jumping on the trampoline. I'm riding bikes. I'm putting them on the back of my bike. I'm riding it. My daughter and I, just this week, we tore out a bathroom. We took the toilet out. We took the vanity out. We loaded a toilet today and brought it home. I mean, I can do whatever I want to do, mostly, okay? I do try to be careful, but healthy people get to do things that people that aren't healthy don't. Okay, this is another reason why you want to get healthy. So this week, I found out I had the BRCA2 cancer gene mutation, and I don't know if you know what that is. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about that. But, you know, the advice is that you need to have a total hysterectomy and have your breasts removed and all of that. But here's what I know. I'm a healthy person. I am not like most people. Did you know that 9 out of 10 Americans are not healthy? And you could probably believe that if you just went to Walmart, okay? So I do, I'll just say almost everything I can to be healthy. And so news like having the BRCA2 genetic mutation doesn't scare me because I'm healthy. Now, could I get cancer, have cancer already now? Yes, but there are things I know that I can do to help myself. So there's so many reasons to get healthy. You sleep better, you feel better, you just wake up with energy. You can seize the day instead of the day seizing you when you are healthy. So I'm excited to see so many of my clients on here. Thank you for joining me. I really want you to share this video. If you can, I don't even know, you might be able to share it now. Hit the love button, the like button, comment, because that's how my videos get shared. All right, so I'm starting a new challenge Monday, and you can join here in the next 24 hours. I've got some spots left, and just imagine in 90 days you could have lost 30 pounds. Wouldn't that feel great? And more importantly, you'll know how to you'll be an expert. You won't wonder, what am I supposed to be eating? You'll know for the rest of your life. You know exactly what to do, when to do it, what you need to do to get your blood sugar down, to prevent diabetes, to prevent insulin resistance, to reverse your diabetes. Yeah, if you have diabetes. So, hey Donna, hey Linda, thank y'all for joining me. Okay, so the number one thing to get healthy, and these are easy if you want to write them down. I'm going to read them off. I know it's backward for you, but anyway, the number one thing is healthy oils. All right, so here's the problem with vegetable oil, canola oil, and cottonseed oil and other oils, palm oil, is they have a high amount of omega-6s. And those you do not want those in your body. They cause a breakdown of your cell wall, That's why so many Americans are sick. That's why we have depression. That's why we have leaky gut. That's why we have so many diseases, is because of the toxins that we put in our body. And I think one of the number ones is oil. So canola oil, vegetable oil, get rid of those. Never use those in your house again. Think about how many people are eating chicken fingers and French fries every day that's fried in these peanut oils and all these toxic oils. So get those out of your house. Here's the oils you can use: avocado oil, coconut oil, olive oil. Those are your good oils. So your soy oil, you don't want to have that either. So just remember, use good oils, and you can fry in avocado oil. In fact, I fried salmon croquettes last night in avocado oil. So it's more expensive, but I'm going to tell you, you can save that oil. It doesn't go bad. It doesn't change taste when you, in fact, I used some oil that I had from 3 or 4 weeks ago to fry those salmon croquettes last night. So I want you to know that you can reuse those oils, but the number one thing to do is get those toxic oils out of your body. And if you flip over a package of crackers, it's going to have vegetable oil or canola oil. It's going to have those oils in it, and you don't want those, okay? All right, so number 2 is get some good sleep. And you could maybe even put that on number 1, but here's what I'm hearing. You can't sleep good if you're not healthy. Almost every one of my clients, when they come to my program, they say, I don't sleep very good. And I'm going to say, well, that's one of the first things that's going to change. You're going to start sleeping better. When you get the unhealthy carbs, the unhealthy oils out of your body, those are the toxins, then you're going to sleep better. And sleep is when your body heals itself. Just think about that. In that 8 hours, if you could get 8 hours, how awesome would that be? So I have some more health hacks about sleep. If you join my program, if you follow me, you're going to hear those. But that's the second one, is to get good sleep. And you need 8 hours of preferably uninterrupted sleep. I do teach you in my program how to be able to go to sleep and not have to get up and go to the bathroom. So listen out for that. So number 3 is lower your carbs below 50. Now, if you're in my weight loss program, we get our carbs below 20, but we don't count our leafy green carbs, our cruciferous vegetable carbs. We only count the carbs like your salad dressing or maybe your nuts or, let's see, I'm trying to think what other things. Just some of the items that do have some carbs in them. Your meats, of course, don't count because they're going to have, fat. Fat is not going to be a carb, so you're not going to count that, okay? All right, so, but lowering your carbs below 50 and preferably below 20. I try to keep mine below 20 every day, and sometimes I don't get any unhealthy carbs, okay? All right, so practice intermittent fasting. So you think, well, what is that? Intermittent fasting is eating in a shorter window of time. So let's just say instead of eating for 14 hours a day, so you wake up at 8 and you eat at 8 and then you eat again, you eat till 10 o'clock at night, you're going to switch your window around and you're going to eat, you're going to not eat, you're going to have a non-eating window for about 18 hours, 16 to 18 hours, and you're going to eat in a shorter window of time, so a 6-hour window, which is going to do so many things for your body. I don't have time to go into all of that now, but intermittent fasting is what's going to heal your body. It's going to heal your gut, and it's just the way to go. And every one of my clients ends up doing intermittent fasting, and they say, I can't believe I did it, that I literally fasted 24 hours. I went from dinner to dinner the next night, and it really is amazing what you can do and how good you feel when you're fasted. I love to fast. Yes, I love fasting too, Tracy. Honestly, I don't even want to eat because I know when I eat, my energy is going to drop a little bit because your body has to work really hard to digest that food. But I feel so energized. I mean, think about it. It's 8:30 at night. I'm 65 years old. I've been up all day, working all day, cleaned out a bunch of cabinets and closets and stuff today because we when you start remodeling one area, everything else kind of looks. So we're actually getting ready to do another bathroom that didn't have the black mold like the first bathroom did, but it needs some upgrades. So we're researching how to paint a fiberglass tub. If any of y'all have any experience with that, let me know. But we like to do our own work. Yes, Dolores, I feel better fasting too. All right, so the next one is eat whole foods. Just eat whole, good food. So what did I have for supper? I had some ham and I had a fried egg. Yeah, and those are whole foods. And I could have had some collards, but I'd already had that for lunch today. So I had about 2 cups of collards. But just, if you have food and it doesn't have a label on it, that's probably a good food, like turnips and an apple and which we don't eat a lot of fruit in my program, but you can. It is an optimal food, or like lettuce or tomato or sweet potato. Those are whole foods. And just think about a meal of steak and broccoli, or steak and asparagus and a sweet potato, or pork chops and a sweet potato, or bacon and eggs. Those are all whole foods. And just imagine how many varieties of food you can make with that. So I just want to encourage you to think about eating whole foods, all right? And the 6th thing is to avoid grains. Those are wheat, oats, barley, any kind of grain, corn. You want to avoid that. One, because they're genetically modified and they're toxic to your body, and they actually cause a breakdown of the lining of your stomach. Okay, so and so many people are gluten intolerant, and the flour that we have in this country now is nothing like what it used to be. What they make it from is not what it used to be. So I just know that I feel healthier when I don't eat grains. And the proof, I would say, is in the pudding. I've been doing this now for about 9 years. I probably feel better than anybody I know as far as energy, especially for my age. So you may question this, but I'm just going to tell you the proof is in the pudding. And many of my clients are on here. There's Dolores on here. There's Tracy on here. I'm not sure who else is on here. Linda is on here. I see another Dolores that's on here. And Crystal is on here. All of y'all can comment and say, yes, you feel better when you're off the grains and the corn, and when you're fueling your body with whole foods. Whole foods, okay? Natural whole foods, not processed foods, that the food industry would have us to eat. Okay, all right. Alcohol is also made from grain, so I would encourage you to avoid alcohol. Let me tell you just a little bit something about alcohol. So when you drink alcohol, especially if you drink it every night or frequently, your liver has to work really hard to process that alcohol, even just a glass of wine, okay? And by the way, there's so many toxins in wine, you just don't even want to know. There are very few wines that don't have a lot of additives and a lot of toxins. You'd have to really research to find one that is a pure substance that you would want to put in your body. But anyway, so your liver has to work really hard to digest that alcohol, to process that alcohol. And your liver has a lot of functions. And when it's working hard to digest the alcohol, it can't be performing those other functions. So just think about that. What you're doing is you're taxing your liver. Okay, so if I love to say, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And if you change the way you look at alcohol and what it does to your body, I think you'll agree with me that limiting your alcohol is a good move towards your health. Okay. All right. Number 7 is know your glucose levels. Now you think, do I need to check my glucose? Well, it might not be a bad idea. And you could probably get a monitor. They don't cost that much. I'm actually wearing on the back of my arm right now a continuous glucose monitor, CGM. And I'm doing that for experimental purposes because I want to know what foods affect me. But here's what I want to tell you that I learned yesterday. Okay, so I'm at the doctor's office. They're doing an ultrasound. They're doing an MRI. They're doing all this test. And I wasn't particularly stressed about it, but it was anytime you're in the doctor's office, you're having to wait, you don't know when they're coming in. They give you all this literature to read that tells you need to have your breast removed, that you need to have a total history. I mean, that could be stressful. And what I noticed, I had not eaten, but my blood sugar stayed up around 100 the whole time that I was there.